It took Riot Games more than 5 years, but it's finally here, my friends, the replay system. It felt like every Valorant player was asking for this update, and now that it's finally out, we realize that not a lot of people are using it. Let's be honest, did you use the replay system once? Not just checking it out, but did you really use it with a certain goal? I bet the chance is pretty low for that, because why would you? If you just played a game, why would you want to look at the same game again? Well, my friends, if this is you, no worries, because in this video I'll go over a few things that you can actually do with the replay system that don't feel like a complete waste of time. I'll start with a few things that every Valorant player can do at any time, and end the list with some niche things that can be handy for specific players. Now sit back, relax and enjoy the video. Okay, the first thing, level 1. This is something that every Valorant player might want to do at some point. Imagine, you hopped into a game, you're popping off, and suddenly there's this one round where just everything clicks. Out of nowhere, your left and right hand do want to work together, you get a beautiful ace, and then you realize, oh man, I didn't have my recording open. Oh no, you just had the best round of your life, and now you can't show this clip to your friends because you didn't record it. Well, my friends, this is the first reason why you might want to use the replay system, because now you can simply load up the game again and still record the best round of your life. Honestly, this is a mistake that I personally made so many times. So for me, as a content creator, this is like heaven. The only sad thing is that you don't have your live reaction anymore. But hey, it's better than nothing, right? Let's go to level 2 now. Another thing that most Valorant players want to do at some point in their career. Did you ever play a Valorant round where something happened and you thought to yourself, what the heck just happened? Maybe you got killed by an impossible race satchel, or the enemy Cypher suddenly shoots you from behind.
Last player standing.
What? He was on the left.
Spike
What the fuck
planted.
was that, yo? I call these the what the fuck moments. And before the replay system, we never would have known what exactly happened in these rounds. Well, my friends, not anymore, of course. Because now, when something strange happens, and you want to know what exactly happened, you can just look it up and look at the same round from the enemy's perspective. In this round, for example, Cypher just walked all the way around from middle. I really thought my teammate was holding it, but apparently not. That's my bad. Whoopsie. Okay, level 3 now. This is something that's not for every Valorant player, but instead for the players that really want to improve in Valorant, and those players can use the replay system for self-improvement. By looking at your own games, trying to spot your mistakes, you might be able to see your own flaws and start getting better at Valorant. But before you start looking at your games willy-nilly, there are some things you need to know about this topic before you want to do it yourself. Because if you just look at your games without a plan, you won't really learn a lot. So my friends, here's what you can do. If you want to use the replay system as self-improvement, of course you can't really improve your aim, right? So what can you improve? Where do you need to look for in your own games? Well, I came up with 2 main things, and the first thing is map awareness / game sense. The replay system is perfect to get better at this topic because you'll be able to see all the enemies walking. So when you look at your replay, try to pay attention to the rotates of the enemies and what your reaction is to that. Do you stay on the side too long? Do you rotate too early yourself? Try to look at the timings and maybe you'll improve your game sense like this. The second thing you can learn from are your deaths. When you're playing a game normally and you die, it's not always very clear why you didn't win that battle. Okay, sometimes it is very clear, for example when you whiff like in this round. Oi, what was that?
Down.
But most of the time it isn't very clear, and that's where you can use the replay system for. If you open the replay system, go to settings and then click on this button, you'll see all your deaths on the timeline, and you can use this mechanic to, after the game, look at every time you died and then write down why you died. Was it aim? Was it your positioning? Maybe ability usage? Or simply a very bad peek? If you do this for a few games, you might find a trend and you now know where you can improve on your next game. I want to give one small disclaimer though if you want to use the replay system as self-improvement, and that's that you shouldn't overdo it. If you start over-analyzing every game you play, you will only like mess up your mind, maybe get very demotivated because you see all your own mistakes, right? So the biggest tip for self-improvement, don't overdo it, and that's how you might get the most out of it. Okay, we're going to level 4 now. This one is a little more niche, but for some players it can be extremely useful. If you often play with a full pre-made team, for example in Premiere games, then the replay system becomes a very powerful tool to analyze your team play. A good example are entries. At first glance an entry might seem very basic, right? The smoker smokes it off, the flasher flashes it, and the duelist pushes in. Well my friends, the higher you go into ranks, the more sophisticated entries become. I remember back in the day when I played Premiere with Team Catfish, we went over a lot of type of entries together with the coach, and if you do this, entries become very streamlined and planned. Like in this round for example, look at how perfect all the abilities are working together.
Okay. Wait for my case.
Yep, and sort of flash behind it.
Nice. Oh, this is so clean.
Nice.
I'm working up, eh?
Good morning.
I'm pushing.
Let's go. Push.
And this entry wasn't just smoke and push. We all planned this in advance. And that's how we got the site easy peasy. Now, back to the replays. From a replay, you can fly like in the sky. Look at all the abilities working, right? If you looked with your pre-made team back at some rounds, you might be able to learn a lot from them. If you go for this method, I would really recommend to also work together with a coach who can analyze everything. But yeah, I know. This one is for the diehard Valorant players that really want to get better with their team. Definitely not something for everyone, but big respect if you're one of these players. And then we go to level 5. Only very few Valorant players will use the replay system for this, but I felt that I needed to mention it in this video anyway, because at the end of the day, the replay system is very good if you want to do this thing. So what's the thing? Drumroll please, and you can use the replay system for content creation. Honestly, if you're a content creator and you're playing games, just showing footage of the game might get very boring, and that's where the replay system comes in. If you're an educational content creator like me for example, you can explain things from different perspectives, which makes the explanations way more clear. Or if you're one of those sick edit content creators, showing different perspectives might be very cool for your video. So my friends, I went over 5 things in this video. Maybe one of these things is good for you, but I want you to remember one thing: you don't have to use the replay system if you don't want to. It's cool that it's in the game, it might be useful for some things, but in the end, playing the game is way more fun than looking at the games you played. So if the replay system is nothing for you, just hop into the game and go for those easy peasy wins. This is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked it, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.